All right, good morning, everybody. Let's quickly talk about some of the latest developments in Israel. Israel is now in a second front. They are actively engaging Hezbollah in Lebanon. It appears as though a third front is opening up. They were attacked by Syria. Syria has launched missiles against the Golan Heights, and Israel, if they have not already responded, they're likely to respond very soon. So the Golan Heights, if you're not aware, is a hotly contested territory between Israel and Syria. It's an oil-rich region, and the Syrians want it, and there's a lot of politicians in the United States that have interest in Israel maintaining control of that area. So you can expect the United States to get involved in helping Israel maintain control of the Golan Heights. Now, Israel's also preparing for a ground invasion of Gaza, and by the looks of it, it is a logistical nightmare. There is rubble all over the streets from buildings that they have recently demolished, that Israel has recently destroyed. We're talking about debris that is stacked so high, no vehicle will be able to get over the debris. It's going to be very hard for them to march in. Logistically, it is a nightmare. When I say that, I mean, you know, when these kids go in there to fight, in my estimation, by the looks of it, they're going to have a very hard time getting resupply of things like water and ammunition. So these soldiers that are going in there, whatever water they have with them, in my opinion, that's probably going to be all they got. And you know, and if they're not carrying more than a gallon, then they've only got a few hours worth of water. So they're going. It looks like they're going to march in there. They're going to sprain their ankle in the first 1,000 yards that they get in there. They're going to run out of water after a half day, and it doesn't look like it's going to be easy to resupply them. So the Israelis are in for a very hard time in Gaza. No armored vehicle is going to be driving around there quick. It's not going to be a quick get in, get out type thing. There's going to be roadblocks everywhere that the Israelis created by bombing the buildings. So anyways, so there's that. Now, there's also a lot of different military factions and military units across the Arab world now that are pledging support for Hamas. We're seeing militias from Iraq. We're also seeing, if I'm not mistaken, the Taliban also vowed support for Hamas. So these are, in their respective states, these are official military units that are, these are, state-sponsored military units that are pledging support to Hamas. So that is, a rally call, right? And what happens after a rally, right? There's a march, right? So what we're seeing now is a rally call in these Arab worlds to support Hamas, and then after that it comes the march, right? So these things are all prophesied, right? Tyre is prophesied to be destroyed. Gaza is also prophesied to be destroyed, and so is Damascus. So keep a watch out for those things, as far as my opinion is concerned, I think we are now in the beginning of sorrows that Jesus referred to in Matthew chapter 24. The beginning of sorrows, we're going to see earthquakes, we're going to see volcanoes. So guys, have an earthquake plan, because the earthquakes aren't just isolated. They're in various locations all around the world. Same with the volcanoes. Be ready to leave. If you're in an area that gets hit by a sudden earthquake and your house gets destroyed, you got anything in your car? You got water and food and clothes in your car that can last you for a little bit? You might want to get a couple 5-gallon buckets You know, go down to Firehouse Subs, get a couple 5-gallon buckets, and just throw them in your trunk. You're gonna thank me if you do that, and you ever come the time you need those. 5-gallon buckets are very useful. Anyways, so Jesus said, in my estimation, we're in the beginning of sorrows. Okay, next is the tribulation, right? So you can expect to see wars, rumors of wars, false Christ, famine, pestilence, disease, earthquakes, volcanoes, and watch out for the earthquakes. And then it's tribulation. And the saints are going to be persecuted. There's going to be a war against Christians. Okay? So if you're of the opinion that you're going to be raptured before the tribulation, I strongly urge you to read Matthew chapter 24. Jesus is very clear about that. When Jesus talks about the elect being caught up in Matthew chapter 24, he very clearly says that it's when you see the signs in the heavens, which is directly after the tribulation and the great tribulation. In my estimation, he differentiated those two. Okay, there's a tribulation period and then a great tribulation period. That's the way that I read it. Okay, so right now we're in from what I see, we have entered in the beginning of sorrows. Right, that's the beginning of Matthew chapter 24. The beginning of sorrows, and then tribulation, and then great tribulation, and then the signs in the heavens. When the signs in the heavens come, that's when we're taken up. That's what he said. Okay, the elect are gathered. So the time for preparations is now. All right. Also, please pray for Christians in the Middle East, especially in Lebanon. Okay, the Christians in Lebanon are unarmed. Okay, and Hezbollah runs that country. If Hezbollah turns against them, they're going to be utterly annihilated. They're going to be overrun, and they have no defense. They have no means of self-defense. So pray for that. Pray for that. And start getting prepared. And I strongly urge you in your preparations to focus primarily on water. Water is quite literally 10 times more important than your food. And I'm not just making that number up out of thin air, okay? Why is water 10 times more important than food? Well, you can go 30 days without food, but only 3 days without water. That is a factor of 10, okay? Water is literally 10 times more important than food. Most of these preppers out there, they got a year, 2 years worth of food stocked up on the shelves. They rotate it. It's all marked and labeled and everything, but they've only got a couple days, maybe 1 week of water at best. They're going to be very shocked to find out that when they turn on their tap, the water is tainted, either with cyanotoxin or dioxin or something else that they don't have the means to filter out. So please focus on your water preps. Focus on your water preps. Anyways, guys, this is it. We're in the last days, okay? These are the last days, but don't lose heart, okay? Jesus also said that in the end, the love of many will grow cold. So also try your best to pray for your enemies. Try your best to pray for your enemies. Jesus commanded that of us. He told us to do that. Okay, and I know that it's a hard thing to do, but try your best. Try your best. Pray for your enemies, and pray for them to be saved, have visions, to change and to stop their wicked ways. All right, because what we're seeing right now is a very, very big increase in wickedness all across the world. And if you're in a place where that wickedness abounds, I strongly urge you to get out, to move. If you're in Damascus, if you're in one of those areas that's going to get destroyed, or you know someone in that area that's going to get destroyed, like Damascus or Tyre, it's time to tell your friends or family to leave. tell them to get out, okay? Because those God promised those places are going to get destroyed. God said it himself, okay? If you're in a place like Michigan or Illinois, and you're a Christian, you might want to get out. You might want to get out of there and come to a place like Texas. Come on down here. We could we would appreciate you coming down here and helping to keep the state red, right? So likewise, if you're in an area like Portland, oh man, it's time for you to get out. BLM officially endorsed Hamas. Okay, this is in my estimation, that was a treasonous action from them. When I say treason, the definition of treason is aiding, abetting, or adhering to enemies of the United States. Okay, Hamas is a terrorist organization. They have said that they are an enemy of the United States. Okay, and in my estimation, personal opinion, what BLM did the other day is they adhered to the enemies of the United States, Hamas. So they made themselves, or they attached themselves with Hamas. Okay, that's treason, in my opinion. Okay, so if you are in an area that is overrun with BLM, you might want to get out. You might want to get out and go somewhere where people are like-minded. So anyways, guys, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You liked the video, please hit thumbs up, share, subscribe. You want to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. There's a link in the description box where you can do that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And as always, don't forget, help out your neighbors.